Okay, so there's a new viral interview that everybody's been talking about with the Bobbi Althoff girl, the one that got famous basically stealing Funny Marco's whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of talk about her being an industry plant, especially after she got the Drake interview. And so Keke Palmer just did an interview with her where she asked her about being an industry plant and a few other things. We're going to dive into the whole thing, but this I thought was crazy.
Gag.
I know.
You're not an industry plant, right?
I am, but...
So wait, what is the industry plant for you?
I mean, I don't truly know.
Well, you do feel kind of planty. You got here in 5 minutes. It took me 20 years.
Hey, it has been a minute. 20 years, you started so young.
Yes, girl, I've been working hard.
Yeah, I think you're the real industry plant.
It's the industry plant, Gag.
You know what I respect about this? When she
told the truth.
I think a lot of people missed that. She said, yes, I am. Because you got to understand, the reason why people say this about her is because she literally started a podcast and then the next day had the biggest interviews in the world. The girl started podcasting like a week. Like her 4th or 5th interview was Drake.
Wasn't she, didn't she do an interview in the bed with somebody?
I think that was Drake.
Okay, so yeah, I've seen that. And I didn't know where the girl came from. And all of a sudden, she's with Drake.
And so the back end of the story, and I could be getting all of this wrong, but I've seen other people cover it who are more knowledgeable about the back end of how these things work. Her talent agency is the same talent agency that Drake is signed to. But you also got to understand this talent agency that she's assigned to is like the second or the first biggest in the world.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So even beyond everything else, how did you get a deal with them? With no resume. She had no resume in entertainment. It's not like she had been like a producer or worked on some of their shows or had been an actress or some
She literally just fell from the sky.
She literally was a program bot. They grabbed her. They said, this is a style that's going viral right now. They gave it to her. She played that role. And then she started getting the biggest people in our culture to start doing interviews with her. And it took Funny Marco's whole thing. She actually talks about the Drake interview here because after the Drake interview, he filed a copyright claim because I think she played one of his songs in it or something. Or he played one of his songs.
Okay.
They did a copyright
infringement
claim and pulled it down because I think it was a lot of things that happened, but he was getting a lot of backlash because Drake don't do interviews. So the one time you step down from the throne, you give it to the whitest person in the room for no reason.
At all.
Who has not earned her spot, who is not a hip hop. You know how many?
I mean, Keke Palmer just said, you got here in 5 minutes. I've been doing this for 20 years. How?
Do you know how many platforms wanted that interview, deserved that interview, would have changed their entire trajectory of their lives with that interview?
By having Drake.
And it's not just Drake. It was a lot of other people who got those interviews with her as well. But it's just crazy that she was able to literally take Funny Marco's style and then run with it. And then all of a sudden, she's the biggest thing on the internet. So this is them talking about her with Drake.
So Drake came on, and what was the beef? What was the thing? What was the thing that went viral with you and Drake where they're like, the unfollow? What happened with that? Why did he unfollow you?
I guess we'll never know.
When's the last time you talked to him?
Like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
So that's your homeboy for real?
He's
breaking.
Now, you know what that makes me think? That it may have all been a publicity stunt.
Yeah, because she told the truth about being a plant, but then when she said, we'll never know, it was like, girl, you have no idea.
And now y'all talk? So you telling me...
You talked to Drake 2 weeks ago?
And that was her biggest interview. That interview went like super... I don't even know the numbers on it. It was something crazy. So that interview goes super viral. He pulls it down. You don't know what happened?
You have no idea why.
Sounds strange. It sounds like a publicity stunt.
He's a very nice person, and he's definitely clearly changed the trajectory of, that was a big word.
He did change it.
Changed my whole career.
So Drake came on, and so I
think he either him or Funny Marco, but both of them definitely changed my whole entire life. So
look at you giving the black people props.
Oh,
yes.
They definitely did. Without them, it's like I was still going to be like posting with my 100K views and not. It was a crazy, because of who Drake is,
Yeah.
Like I remember him in his Degrassi days. It's like, that interviewing him is going to change your career. Like it was something I knew. So I found
out about you from him.
Happen. I was like, when it was, before it happened, I was like, and then sitting on the interview for a while was like, the craziest thing. Like I have this interview that I'm going to post, and I'm like, oh my God, just any day now I can post this interview, and it's gonna change my life, and it did.
And it did change your life. You got more amazing guests. It's so interesting, this whole...
Exactly.
Shout out to Keke Palmer. Look at you giving black people
But to be
the props.
honest, I'm a little annoyed by this interview because, and I love Keke, I think she's awesome. I'm a little annoyed by this though because I thought we had left her in 2022. I thought
Hold on. Why would we leave Keke?
No, not leave Keke, Bobbi.
Oh, Bobbi. So why are we giving her more?
Yeah, like why are we doing this? I mean, I think
okay.
it's good for Keke to use her now to boost her new platform. But my whole point is,
because why not?
I feel that, but my whole thing is like the culture needs to be protected. And as we have seen, there needs to be gatekeepers. There needs to be people that draw a line and say that, you know what, we are not going to participate in this. And now, like you said, it's good because Keke gets to use her to, you know, boost up her platform, and then there's a good look. And I feel that part of it. But my whole thing, Keke can do that with anybody.
With
she
anybody.
has access to the world.
I feel what you're saying. It's like we left her, now you're refueling her. Now you're giving her some play.
Exactly. Because I don't know if the Drake thing or not was bullshit. But I do know that when he pulled the interview down, it made Bobbi look crazy. Like the blogs, you know, went after her. People were pretty happy about it because it was like, okay, you're doing the right thing by now closing the door on the culture when it comes to her.
So why are we bringing her back?
Exactly.
Yeah, if we close the door, let's keep it closed. It's basically what you're saying. Okay.
And so even Funny Marco spoke on why he stopped dealing with her and how her content changed and why he doesn't mess with her.
The problem was kind of like it shifted because on my page, she got introduced as, I don't know, like, but I want to know type of girl. Like, I don't know about this, but I want to know. And then now it's like, I don't know and I don't care. So now she give up that to Offset and stuff. Like, I know you're Offset, but I don't care. But with me, it was like, I think you're Funny Marco, but let me learn about you. So on my interview, it gave that open where she was like trying to figure me out. But now it's like the interviews, I think they're like, she's trying to shit on people. And when I watched the interview with Offset, I was like, damn, that was pretty bad to
Which
be
is
like.
why I don't like the style.
Yeah.
But isn't it your
But it didn't
style?
start off like that. No, I don't get people in my interview and try to like below them.
And Funny Marco gets like amazing guests. Like he just got Kevin Hart, and I love Kevin Hart, and I'm
So
like,
good.
he's great.
And honestly, I will say this. Her success, I do feel like pushed a lot of people to then back Funny Marco. Because
Absolutely, because I wasn't seeing as much of him as I am now, which is awesome.
I think he just did an interview with Obama.
Yo, I haven't seen that yet, but I just saw a commercial. I can't remember what the brand was, but I saw him on a commercial for a huge brand, and I was like, there you go.
Yeah, because I think like he was getting big interviews, let's not say that, but I feel like in response to it being so blatant that she was able to take his format and then instantly be bigger than him. Like
that's
overnight, even though it took him years to develop the format, to develop himself, to go from just being an influencer to now like one of the biggest podcasters in the world. And then, you know, like I said, her blow her. So I think that it did kind of have that effect on his career where it was like, okay, nah, we're going to do this for you now. We're going to make sure that we give you the, like, I feel like I do believe that has something to do with Kevin Hart being intentional on coming on the platform.
Okay.
And like he said, he's doing what he does. Her thing was, and why it came off, I feel like so nasty, was because it started off with, okay, I don't know about this, I'm ditzy. Now it's, I don't know about this and I don't care, and it's disrespectful to our culture.
It is
because there's 100 people, millions of people who care, hundreds of platforms that do care, that would love this.
Absolutely.
And don't get the opportunity.
And she gets it and it's nothing.
Yeah, and if and you kind of like talk to our stars like they ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't a good look. So
it's not.
So again.
But this is, again, where gatekeepers come in.
Exactly.
How much are we going to give up?
Exactly. And so I think there needs to be something that we focus on and people need to be more intentional on. And I'm so happy that Funny Marco has had the success that he's having now and is continuing to have, because it did kind of like wake people up to it, because it was like the most blatant, like we've never seen it this blatant before. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yes.
Where it's like, nah, G. We all was like, nah, G.
House way.
Yeah, we was like, nah, there's something about, one of these things don't fit here. But yes, I don't blame Keke for using it for clout.
I get what you're saying, but let's keep her.
Let's keep her in 2022. Let her do that over there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Church of Joe Stone would love to have you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna play with you like that. You know what I'm saying?